So here we are in Valdosta, Georgia. We just landed here a few minutes ago, and sorry, there is an A-10 flying over, which is kind of cool. Welcome to day 2 of the heritage flight that my dad and I took in our 1946 Piper J-3 Cub to honor our family's 74-year history with this airplane. Now, at the time of the flight, which was taken in 2021, it was 72 years. So when you hear that referenced, it's been almost 2 years since we actually took this flight. But as of this month, it has been 74 years that our family has owned our Cub. If you want to check out part 1, I'll link it here as well as in the description bar below. As I said in part 1, I have known our Cub, who we call 45 Hotel, my entire life, and so has my dad. He was just 2 months old when my grandpa bought 45 Hotel in 1949, so he really doesn't know a life without our beautiful yellow bird. Although this is the second day on our trip, this was the first day that we actually got to any of the airports on our list, meaning an airport that 45 Hotel has called home since our family has owned her. With a full day of flying ahead of us, we left our gracious friends the Hubners at Mallard's Landing just outside of Atlanta and headed south for Valdosta. So here we are in Valdosta, Georgia. We just landed here a few minutes ago and grabbed a bite to eat. We are parked right in front of what is now the General Aviation FBO terminal. The last time this beautiful airplane was here, this was Southern Airways' main terminal for all of their commercial operations. So it's kind of cool that here we are right back in the same spot where this Cub was so long ago. And sorry, there is an A-10 flying over. It's pretty neat when we came to get parked right in front of the FBO terminal where the Cub likely saw and taxied up to and maybe even got fuel from back in her civilian pilot training program days here at Valdosta Regional Airport in the late 40s. It's gonna be super cool taking off. We'll get that on camera. It's really, really neat that the last time this airplane was here, my grandpa was flying it out.
Well, I just think it's so special to get to be here in Valdosta, Georgia at the airport where my dad bought this Cub 1949 when I was just 2 months old, and never ever thought that I would be able to come back here and be at this airport with this airplane. So this is a very special day, a special time in our family, and a special time for the journey of this airplane.
We spent quite a bit of time in Valdosta. Of course, that place holds a ton of sentimental value, both to my dad and I don't think I really knew how much it would hit me until we actually got there. Getting to take off and be with my dad as he flew our airplane out, knowing that the last time 45 Hotel flew out of that airport was when my grandpa flew her out in 1949, was pretty special.
Cub 45 Hotel southeast bound departure approved, runway 17 clear for takeoff.
after we left Valdosta, our next and last stop of the day was going to be in Palatka, Florida.
Big flat light. Well, our house is right across the street from that school. There's the football stadium. This is called Ravine Gardens. It's a park, city park, in this little ravine that goes down. There's a walking trail.
Yeah.
And so it goes down in around the ravine. Popular place. And that's a high school baseball field there.
Palatka traffic, Cub 45 Hotel, short final 09. Traffic, Cub 45 Hotel is clear of the active.
Now, Palatka is a place that I never lived, but this is where my parents lived right before they had me. So my older brother, Ryan, was born in Palatka, Florida, and my parents lived here for 4 years as my dad coached football.
Memories of Palatka, Florida, LARKIN Airport. Laura and I moved here in July 1979. We've been married about 6 months, and we go down here, we knew nobody, and we get here, and one of the first things I remember happened just weeks literally after we moved here, a hurricane came through, and we had the Cub literally chained down where it was tied down. But we survived that. Probably the greatest memory I have here of the Cub in our family in Palatka Airport is that this is where Ryan was born. And when he was about, I guess about 6 months old, somewhere in there, he took his first airplane ride in the back seat of the Cub here, right here at this airport. So that's a very, very special memory for me here. We had a lot of fun here. We coached football here. We won a state championship in 1981. A lot of great memories of that. I took several of them for their very first airplane ride, which is always special. And on the weekends in the summertime, I flew skydivers out here in a Cessna 182, and actually flew several times. I flew jumpers out of the Cub, which was fun and different. So we had a lot of different things we did here. We were young, we were in Florida, we went to the beach as much as we could. We flew the Cub over to the beach and flew down the beach. It was just a really fun time in our life, and this place has a lot of really good memories for us with the airplane. We have both, I'm sure the airplane has good memories here. It was a nice place. We had a lot of good friends, a lot of fun flying here.
So at the end of the day, we were exhausted after another full day of flying, but our hearts were full after getting to spend the evening with the guys there in Palatka, and just went to bed ready to get at it the next day. We knew we were going to wake up and have to fly across the entire panhandle of Florida, basically. So we knew the next day was going to be another long day of flying. But when you know you're going to wake up and get to go fly in your Piper Cub all day, I mean, how bad could it really be? Thanks for watching. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I will see you in the next one for day 3.